I had fun with this, so here's number two. Number two, Third Base, Derelicts of Dialect. I'm sure there's some of you that don't know, but Third Base was a hip-hop group based out of New York City in the late 80s, early 90s. They were largely known for being one of the few hip-hop groups that had two white MCs that were both very respected. Pete Nice and MC Search. And Pete Nice is definitely a legend. He was largely like a baseball historian for a long time. I know he wanted to get an official gravesite set up for Negro League baseball players. Richie Rich, the only black guy in the group, is a very well-known, very well-respected DJ. He and Pete Nice actually would go off and do their own thing after Third Base acrimoniously split. MC Search, definitely a hip-hop legend, definitely controversial, known for discovering Nas, known for discovering MF Doom and KMD. He developed reputation for kind of knowing how to pick talent, knowing how to write, really, really great MC, good. I like this album. I own it. I still own it. There's things that I like about it, but it's just something that I own. Not really interested in many of the songs on it other than the big single. Third Base was definitely known for their diss tracks. Their previous album, their first album, the Cactus album, was known for taking a lot of digs at people like MC Hammer. The group itself had a big vendetta with the Beastie Boys. Search actually tried to join the Beastie Boys, but wasn't able to get in. When they got signed to Def Jam, according to Wikipedia, they inherited the label's beef with the Beastie Boys. So, Cactus album, largely produced by, I believe, the Bomb Squad and a few other people. Now, Derelicts of Dialect was produced by the band itself, but also Prince Paul from Stetsasonic and Gravedigger. I think if the Derelicts of Dialect had come out at a different time, it probably would seem maybe a lot more interesting. And it came out kind of in the golden age of sampling, and so there's just, there was just so much great stuff coming out, especially in New York, during that time period that, the Derelicts of Dialect, while it's a good album, it's a solid album, I'll occasionally listen to it, it doesn't really stand. And I want to make a point, this is just my enjoyment of the album. This is largely not a qualitative assessment. I think this is an excellent album. This is an incredibly well produced and an incredibly well performed album. It kind of sucks that, since Pete Nice and MC Search and Richie Rich, it's mostly Pete Nice and Richie Rich on one side and MC Search on the other. Third Base, they tried to do a couple reunion shows. I don't know what the likelihood of them getting back together and doing anything else. In terms of tracks that I really liked, Hole is really good. That's got KMD featuring a young MF Doom. Herbals in Your Mouth, that's one of the Prince Paul productions. That's really good. Pop Goes the Weasel, I mean, that's their pop hit, but definitely has one of the most awesome videos in hip-hop. Henry Rollins plays Vanilla Ice. So the whole track is a diss track to Vanilla Ice. Derelicts of Dialect was the group's last studio album. They broke up pretty soon after, and there was like I said, a pretty big schism between Search and then the other two guys in the band. But yeah, that's a good album. Definitely worth picking up. This is actually probably an album I will try and pick up on vinyl.